What if I told you that invisible particles, tiny fragments of plastic, are making their way into your body every single day? And what if you could take surprisingly simple steps to begin detoxifying your body from microplastics? Starting today, stick around, because by the end of the story, you'll not only understand a hidden plastic burden inside you, but also walk away with clear, actionable steps to help your body start to clean up. Subscribe now so you don't miss out on vital health updates and easy cleanup strategies. Let's dive in. The invisible guest. How microplastics enter our bodies. Picture this. You sip a glass of tap water, eat a salad, and later inhale indoor air while working at your desk. Unseen, minuscule plastic particles, so small they escape the naked eye, may be entering your system at each of those moments. These particles are known as microplastics, typically defined as plastic fragments less than 5 millimeters in size, and sometimes even in the nanoplastic range, under 1 m. They stem from a variety of sources: breakdown of larger plastic items, microbads in personal care products, fibers shed from synthetic textiles, tire wear, and even indoor dust. We ingest them via food and drink, inhale them via air, and even absorb them via skin. Once inside our bodies, some evidence suggests they may travel beyond the gut and lungs. For instance, microplastics have been found in human placenta, breast milk, lungs, stools, and various organs. One real-life scenario. Marine scientists found microplastics in bivalves destined for human consumption, reminding us how plastics in the environment can loop back into our food chain. You don't have to live next to a landfill to be exposed. These particles are virtually everywhere. Why we should care. The health risks of microplastics. It's one thing to know microplastics are inside us. It's another to understand why that matters. A. Inflammation and oxidative stress. Lab studies show that micro and nanoplastics can trigger inflammation and oxidative damage in cells. For example, with human intestinal cell models and animal exposures, researchers observed cell death, DNA damage, and immune responses following microplastic exposure. B. Disruption of gut, lung, and reproductive systems. Emerging reviews suggest that exposure is suspected to be harmful in several systems: digestive, colon and gut, respiratory, lungs, and reproductive, male and female fertility. C. Possible links to chronic diseases. For instance, there are findings of microplastics in arterial plaques, the fatty buildup in blood vessels, which may be tied to cardiovascular events like heart attacks and strokes. One rapid review highlighted suspected hazards to the digestive, reproductive, and respiratory systems. Another study noted that microplastics may magnify the toxicity of other pollutants, heavy metals, chemical additives that hitch a ride on their surfaces. D. Unknowns and gaps. It's crucial to stress. The science is still evolving. We do not yet have large-scale human epidemiological studies that definitively prove cause and effect between microplastics and disease. Nevertheless, given their ubiquity and the early warning signs, many health and environmental scientists argue that we should act proactively. A story for the ages. Lisa's cleanup. Let's zoom in with a real-life inspired case. Lisa, a 38-year-old marketing manager, lives in a major city, works long hours, eats frequently on the go, uses single-use plastic bottled water, and rarely thinks twice about the plastics around her. One day, she reads an article about microplastics in the body, something like what we just covered, and it alarms her. If invisible plastic particles can get into bloodstream, into the lungs, even the placenta, then she wants to reduce her exposure and help her body clear out as best she can. Lisa begins a simple plan over 90 days. 1. She switches her daily water bottle. Instead of grab-and-go plastic, she uses a filtered reusable stainless steel bottle and replaces the gasket yearly to prevent microplastic release from wear. 2. She recalibrates her meal habits, reducing ultra-processed packaged foods, favoring whole foods that come loose: greens, root vegetables, grains in bulk, purchasing seafood from trusted sources, and rinsing/soaking them to reduce surface contaminants. 3. She pays attention to indoor air, opens windows for ventilation, uses a HEPA filter in her bedroom, vacuums with a machine equipped with a HEPA bag to reduce microplastic-laden dust. 4. She declutters plastic, retiring old synthetic rugs, replacing worn carpet with natural fiber rugs, switching cosmetic containers away from microbead carrying scrubs, reducing synthetic textile loading. 5. She supports her body's elimination systems, drinking extra filtered water, ensuring good fiber intake, eating probiotic, rich foods, yogurt, fermented vegetables, and getting regular moderate exercise for circulation and lymphatic flow. After 3 months, she feels better, less brain fog, fewer allergies, better digestion. While she obviously can't measure the microplastic load in her body, that kind of testing is still mostly research lab territory, she knows she's made smart changes that reduce exposure and support her body's natural defense/cleanup pathways. Her story illustrates a surprisingly simple detox actions. Swap 1 bottle, upgrade 1 air habit, reduce 1 ultra-processed food category. 6 surprisingly simple steps to help detox microplastics. Here are practical, actionable steps you and your audience can apply. Think of them as the detox toolkit. 1. Choose filtered water and avoid single-use plastic containers. Plastics can shed micro and nanoplastics, and microplastics have been detected in bottled water as well as tap water. Studies show one of the main exposure routes is ingestion via food and drinking water. A simple habit: use a high-quality water filter, activated carbon filter plus sediment pre-filter, and opt for metal or glass containers. 2. Focus on whole, minimally packaged foods. Reduce consumption of foods wrapped in plastic or ultra-processed with high exposure risk. Buying bulk produce, rinsing and soaking when appropriate, and choosing fresh seafood from known sources helps. Also avoid microplastic-heavy foods when you can, e.g., heavily processed snack foods. Example, buy loose greens, root veggies, beans, and cotton sacks, and cook from scratch. 3. Improve indoor air and reduce dust microplastics. Because microplastics are airborne and the indoor environment often has higher concentrations than outdoor air. Habits: open windows regularly for fresh air. Use a HEPA filter air purifier, especially in the bedroom. Vacuum at least weekly with a machine that captures fine particles. Opt for natural fiber rugs. Reduce synthetic textiles and wear. 4. Declutter and reduce synthetic textiles and microbead personal care. Many microplastics originate from shedding of synthetic fabrics, and some personal care products carry microbads, though many countries now ban them. Action: replace worn synthetic clothes. Avoid scrub products containing plastic microbads. Choose natural fiber bedding and garments. Rotate older items out. 5. Support your body's natural detox systems. While we don't have a microplastic detox pill, we can support the organs and systems responsible for elimination and resilience. Drink plenty of filtered water to support kidneys and lymph. Eat a high-fiber diet, vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, to support gut motility and bind potential toxins. Include fermented foods or probiotic supplements, if appropriate. To support gut microbiome health, microplastics may impact gut flora. Get regular physical activity to promote circulation and lymphatic drainage. Prioritize sleep and stress management, as chronic stress can impair detoxification pathways. While we can't eliminate all plastic exposure, we can certainly limit it. Avoid heating plastics in the microwave. They can shed more particles. Replace scratched plastic containers with glass/ceramic. When using plastic, pick thicker, food-grade plastic, not single-use thin items. Be mindful of personal care, cleaning products, and packaging. Choose brands that commit to microplastic-free formulas. It's important to be transparent. We don't yet have a clinically validated microplastic body scan to tell how many particles are in your organs, nor a drug that flushes them out. So when we talk detox, we mean reducing further exposure and supporting your body's natural cleanup mechanisms. Researchers caution that while microplastics are found in human tissues and associations exist with disease endpoints, causality is not firmly established. A recent rapid systematic review stated that exposure to microplastics is suspected to be a hazard to digestive, reproductive, and respiratory health. But the evidence is still emerging. Still, the logic is clear. If you reduce how many particles you take in, you lighten the burden your body must deal with. And supporting your body's natural detoxification systems is universally beneficial. whether the particles cause measurable harm or simply act as another minor burden. Why this matters for you. Generational impact. Microplastics don't just impact you. They're found in fetal placentas, breast milk, and infant stool samples. If you're a childbearing age or raising children, this topic becomes even more relevant. Daily exposure. It's not just about living near a landfill or eating fish from polluted waters. Many of the exposure routes are mundane: bottled water, indoor dust, synthetic clothing. Low-hanging fruit with high upside. The steps to reduce exposure are quite simple compared to other health interventions. You don't need a medical procedure. That means your viewers can act now and see change. Alignment with broader health goals. The tactics overlap with general wellness. Better hydration, better food quality. Less synthetic overload, better sleep, more movement. So even if the microplastic charge remains uncertain in terms of magnitude, the wellness payoff remains clear. Yes, the idea of tiny plastic particles accumulating inside our bodies is disconcerting. But here's the empowering truth. The story doesn't end in resignation. You can act, and in fact already are. Every refillable bottle you choose, every bulk produce you buy, every dust-reducing decision is part of the solution. By steering your body clear of further microplastic load and supporting your internal cleanup systems, you become proactive rather than passive. And when you share this knowledge with your viewers, you give them the possibility of one simple question: what one habit can I start today to give my body a break from microplastic exposure? So let's do it. Let's turn awareness into action. Let's help our bodies carry less, so they can do more. Thanks for being here. Stay curious, stay empowered, and I'll see you in the next video.